Hi, Christopher. Here's my turkey for Thanksgiving. It's almost Thanksgiving. I'm going to see you right before Thanksgiving, a couple days before. So I hope you and Granny and Pa and Ma and Dad and maybe Miss Albertine, you're going to have a really nice Thanksgiving dinner. And here's the turkey. And you know our song, "The turkey ran away before Thanksgiving Day. They'll make," said he, "a roasted turkey out of me if I should stay. The pumpkin ran away before Thanksgiving Day." Ooh, that's so bright. Let's see what happens. There it is. "They'll make," said he, "a pumpkin pie out of me if I should stay." So you can do that with all the different foods you're going to have on Thanksgiving. That'll be so much fun and so silly, right? Well, today we're going to do some turkey projects, and we're still on the letter F since we only had one week, one day this week, and so I'm sticking with what the letter that we had last week. So I don't have a real one here. Maybe you have one, but we're going to make some turkey feathers. And I start with a rectangle, and maybe I'll put 2 or 3 colors together. And I'm going to cut a curve like this, and I'll turn it over and I'll cut a curve like that, and there's a feather shape. And if you have your small scissors, I have my big ones, but you can cut little pieces here. It's kind of hard the way this light is shining so much. There we go. And you can see and make it look like a feather. So that you're going to put on your turkey. I have a little bit of a mess here. And your turkey is going to be a round circle. Let's see if I got it. Here it is. And remember how to cut a circle. First you cut a square. Okay. And then you start cutting the edges off. Just snipping them off. And your scissor is always pointing straight up. Your thumb is in the little hole, little circle hole, and your 2 or 3 fingers in the other big hole. And you just keep snipping off the corners of your square so there's nothing pointy anymore. And you keep turning the paper. And then you have a circle. So that's one easy way. So that's your turkey body. Here's your feathers. You're going to put the feathers on your turkey. I don't know if you've ever seen a real turkey, but they have lots of feathers. They don't really have these color feathers, but you'll have fun with that. We're going to, if you have googly eyes, or we'll make a turkey face on there. I showed Mom and Dad and Miss Albertine some of the samples that we have here of how to make a turkey. So the first one we're going to do with the turkey feathers is write your name. And you can take your white crayon or a light color crayon, which I can't find right now, but I brought it in here somewhere, and write one letter of your name on each of your feathers, okay? And then we're going to paint over them, and your name will show up. If you don't want to do that and keep your colorful ones and don't paint on them, just do your name with marker, and I'll start it for you. You have a lot of letters in your name, and so I think you're going to need a lot of feathers. And we'll put that on our turkey. I'll just cut 3. So I'll show you. C-H-R. And your turkey is going to have spelled Christopher all around. Maybe you'll have to make smaller feathers, right? To get C-H-R-I-S-T-O-P-H-E-R. That's 11 letters. You need 11 feathers. All right. So that's one project you were going to do. I have a packet. This starts like this with all the different projects that you can do. I know you don't like to get messy. I'm just going to show you this silly one. This is where they painted this child's feet brown and his toes are orange, and they made footprints, and then they painted his hands for the feathers. So that's a really funny one. I know you don't like to get messy, so I'm not going to ask you to do that, especially not in our little bit of time together. But maybe you remember when we painted our hand brown, and this was the turkey neck and head, and then these were the feathers. So you could do that again if you want. And if you don't want to, you just trace around your hand and then color it in. So we can do that when we're together if you want. But you can always do that with Miss Albertine. Here's another one. These are so easy for you, but I figure it's a holiday week and we don't have to work too hard, right? So these are just matching pictures. You don't even have to figure anything out other than see the same picture right there. Here's the pie, and a turkey and a turkey and all that. That's so easy. Now this one you have words, so you really have to think about what letter starts with what. So this first one says pilgrims, and these are the pilgrims. Last year we talked about how they didn't have fancy clothes. They liked to be very simple, and they just had brown or gray or black clothes. So those are the pilgrims. This is pumpkin. This is turkey, corn, pie. Harvest is a word that we haven't talked about. I think it's the cornucopia, because the harvest is all the food that they harvested, they collected from the yard, from the farm, and that's in our cornucopia. That we did talk about that word. And hat. So that makes you think a little bit. Okay. Oh, do I have the same picture here? Oh, this is another one of just picture matching. I didn't realize I did 2 picture matching. That's really silly. Maybe we'll do some words with that. We'll have to write the words. Here's some numbered pages. This one is counting acorns. And I know you like to cut and use your glue stick. So maybe you could cut these out and put them in the boxes in order. Here is, I think it's a turkey picture. But you have to figure it out by doing your numbers dot to dot, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll see what picture it makes. I think it's a turkey. This one's so easy, and I know you like to count with your fingers and go 1, 2, 3. Well, this one has pictures of fingers and hands, and you can cut these out, or you could just write the number, but you could count how many fingers are up. 1, 2, 2. Oh, they start with a thumb for number 1. That's funny. And they're all mixed up. Now, we have, let's see, I'm going to put this away. We have a bingo game. Now, you don't have to print this out, for this whole thing out for me. There's a lot of different pages, and I'll tell Mom and Dad in the email. And they also have it in black and white if you don't want to use up all your color. But it's a bingo game, and you could either print one of these for each person in your family, because they're all different, because bingo means you get to call all the pictures across. You can make an X over them, you can use little dots or pieces of paper, or maybe you have a bingo game, you can use those little cover sheets. But anyway, in this corner, it's a turkey, but in this corner, it's a pie. So if someone calls the word turkey, you have to cover yours in this corner, and they would have to cover theirs at there. So not everybody's going to get a bingo at the same time. A bingo is straight across, or straight down, or even diagonal. We talked about that way back at the beginning when we made some diagonal shapes. So this is a big packet, but you don't have to print it all out. It's a lot of color. This is another big packet, and it's so silly, but I know you can do it, but it's just something fun to do. This is a Play-Doh mat for counting. So it's 1. You can color it in. I know you like to color now, But you can also take your Play-Doh and make it into the shape of a 1, and you could make one ball for your, I forget what they call that, your number chart here. 10 frame. It's a 10 frame, sorry. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And for number 2, you roll your Play-Doh and you make it in the shape of a 2. And let's see if it fits on my Play-Doh mat. Whoops, I did it backwards. 2, like that. Okay, so you can practice making the shape. And then you take your little Play-Doh counters, little balls, and you would do 1, 2. So I can't do it while I'm holding it up. But that's another way to remember how to make your numbers. You're really good at that, and you may not want to even do this whole packet, but that's a fun thing to do. Okay? I have, what else do we have? Instead of a story book today, I have the story of, oh, this is getting long. I'll do it on another video. Okay, bye.